Oh, y'all, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm gonna do it. Thank you for joining me for a twin flame reading. If you've been following me for a minute, first of all, thank you for the support. Thank you for coming back. See what I'm talking about. I had stopped doing these divine masculine, divine feminine readings. Excuse me. And I was like, I'm straight. I'd have said the same thing over 22.95782 times. But I have a strong urge to do one today. And so here I am leaning into that to share with y'all this spread that I just laid out, but haven't entirely dissected. So here we go. First of all, the 4s and the 10s out here are letting me know that there is a whole new cycle beginning for the collective that is heavily focused on safety, security, stability, family. It's very ancestral. It's very ancestrally protected. It's very ancestrally aligned, as 4s are associated with those energies. However you may connect with 10s and 4s, give that some thought as I am sharing with you the cards that are coming out, the energy that is present here in this spread. So I am doing something different because when I do my personal readings, I do what's called a Celtic block. And a Celtic block is I think it's 16 card spread, which is a bit different from the Celtic cross spread. The Celtic block has 4 additional cards, positions to explore. So this might be a long one, not intentionally, but it's a long ass spread. In the heart of the matter, do I want to start with the heart of the matter? Yeah. No. I'm going to start with what's at the top of the deck and what's at the bottom of the deck, because that's what's going to tell us what the overall storyline or narrative is that's playing out here. Then we'll go to the heart of the matter. So at the top of the deck is the thinking woman. That's this wise feminine energy here, who's an ally. She speaks truth. She's very intelligent. And she speaks truth because she knows the truth. She shares wisdom. If she tell you something, you can damn near hang your hat on it, because she's done her research and she knows what she's talking about. And also because she would never intentionally steer you wrong. So you have the thinking woman here represented by the number 47, which breaks down to an 11, and that's mastery. I forgot I had put some water on the stove to make some tea. It's gonna have to wait. At the bottom of the deck, you have contracts, which is represented by the number 6, and they're going at. Because this either involves justice being served in a situation, some balance or harmony being restored, some truth being revealed or seen, and some alignment taking place, but also contracts. Because here in this card, you have a contract that could be a sacred contract or a physical contract. You have this woman here who is leading with blind justice. She has her eyes covered with a blindfold, and she's holding a scale. Something that and at the bottom of the deck, underneath contract, is the woman holding a coin. Now, what I'm picking up here is the thinking woman is the divine feminine energy in this situation. Y'all gonna see later why I'm saying it. But the karmic energy here underneath the contract is because something is playing out. Some karmic contract, some cycle, something is ending or has ended with somebody, a woman holding a coin. Now, she can be materialistic. She can be, when in her negative shadow energy, if she's karmic and not a divine feminine, she's a karmic feminine or distorted feminine energy. A user, one who uses sex to get her way, to manipulate. She could be a bit emotionally manipulative as well, but she leads with creature comforts. And as you can see here, she got on her finest regalia, holding a pinnacle. She may look good on paper, you know what I'm saying? She either got the coin and she leads with that, or she's the type of feminine who ain't got what she appears to have, but she puts on for appearances, for people, you know what I'm saying? But she got this black cat right here. So this is someone who may dabble in a little black magic. Not all magic is black magic. Not all spirituality is left-handed, also known as black magic. But this is, if she's karmic, this is somebody who works her left hand. She's manipulative. She lighting candles to break people up and keep them apart, and for them to miss out on coins. And what people don't understand is also a karmic energy, especially one who is into black or dark magic. Her thoughts could will those things into reality. Putting the evil eye on someone. But this is somebody who in some way has negatively affected the situation. And there is a contract. And it's also represented, I don't know if I said this already, but the woman holding the coins, number 42, that's another 6. So there's balance and alignment taking place in a relationship where the truth is being revealed about a karmic energy. And that cycle, it's like the relationship with the karmic is not only ending or has ended, but that part of the masculine and feminine energy, the divine masculine, divine feminine energy in this situation is closing out a karmic cycle for them as well. Like, her energy leaving the equation is the representation of a karmic toxic cycle closing out, period, for them, even ancestrally. So like if they've been learning to close out, he ain't even got into the spread hardly, all this meat. That's why I had to turn the camera on, because I was like, fuck, it's a lot to be said here. If as a divine masculine or a divine feminine on your journey, you've been doing work to do ancestral healing, ancestral clearing, by way of how you work on yourself, heal yourself, your self-healing journey, and also venerating your ancestors. Like, let's say you've been having lesson after lesson after lesson. Oh, baby, this is the capstone. Getting rid of this karmic energy, how you go about it, when you go about it, with whom you go about it with. Like, this is it. Just like in the in the Wizard of Oz, when the house fell on the Wicked Witch and everybody celebrated. When this is over, your people are in the ancestral realm celebrating, because that was your capstone. That was your capstone or your thesis or your dissertation. Like the research I had to do when I was in the doctoral program that I was in before I quit. It's this big research project that is not easy. It's going to take time. It's going to take energy. It's going to take resources. But the culmination of it, the finished product, acing and mastering it. Told you that the thinking woman represented by the number 47 represented mastery, because that breaks down to an 11. The mastery of this lesson, this karmic lesson, opens the floodgates. That's the graduation. That's the level up. You ain't never going back to that type of shit after this. Now, in the heart of the matter, you have the woman holding a heart. So this is a matter of someone putting themselves first, coming from a self-loving place, a feminine energy, but also it being recognized and that energy being felt by other people, like her cup overflow. If she is the Holy Grail, the woman holding a heart. So you got a woman who is emotionally mature and intelligent and healthy, and you also got the thinking woman. So she's also intuitively attractive. She's smart. If the masculine is sapiosexual, which is someone who's attracted to intellect, then she fulfills him or checks both of those boxes for him in a way. And that's abundance for him. Like, damn, she slicked this whole package. You know what I'm saying? Because she fulfills me emotionally. She brings a particular emotional element to the table that is valuable, and also an intellectual and wise teacher energy to the table as well. Like, we connect on that level. Just saw 1111 on the timer, which could be speaking to a portal. So this thinking woman has possibly helped this masculine through a portal or portals of ascension, because you also have a yellow butterfly here in this thinking woman card. And I never noticed before how my girl is standing at the bottom of some stairs, and she also has a scroll in her hand. Hold on, y'all, I got to cut this tea off, but if I get up, y'all gonna see my booty. Hold on. All right, y'all, where did I leave off? We were talking about the woman holding a heart, entering a portal. Oh, the imagery in the thinking woman card. I never noticed. I've had this deck for years. If you've been watching the channel for a while and you've seen me use the energy oracle deck, which I use a lot, I ain't never broke this card down like this. So I love when this happened. She's standing at the bottom of some stairs. Stairs represent elevation. So this is someone, she got this book in her hand. She has this scroll in her other hand. This is somebody who has known the truth all along. And she has known the way through the path of ascension all along. One thing about the thinking woman, she's divinely led to, like, she may come off as calculated, but she's actually bound by sacred contracts to share certain things at a certain time and to not. You know what I'm saying? To be discerning. She very much represents discernment about what she shares and what she doesn't share. But she's had the blueprint. It's been revealed to her long before she reveals it in whatever way that she reveals it. And this contract, this scroll that she has in her hand, I'm intuiting with the contract at the bottom of the deck, is the one we see in this contract card underneath, woman holding a coin. What I'm also seeing is, hey, wow, marriage. Somebody wants commitment, because you got the karmic energy of the woman holding a coin coming through, but you also have the divine feminine energy of the woman holding the coin, because we can't ignore that she is in the upright. And also, and typically this is equivalent to the Queen of Pentacles, which is wifey, period. Underneath that is anxiety in reverse. So this is someone having had some financial woes or troubles or some instability in some way, but some contract, commitment, possibly even a proposal, a marriage proposal or a proposal of some sort, that's a contract, is going to improve this thinking woman's finances. Because especially in the twin flame journey, if she helped you through up them stairs, through your journey of ascension, was an ally and showed loyalty and was a teacher, oh baby, that's reward for seeds planted. And then I was pointing out about the yellow butterfly, that's transformation. Yes, she has, and she got all these books stacked up here. Her knowledge, her wisdom, her capacity to teach, she's been committed to a journey of helping somebody up these stairs. And because she's had to do it before. And then this book right here that she's reading, it kind of looked like a journal to me, like somebody wrote something opposed to typed words. So this is probably by way of her journey helping someone else and sharing knowledge and wisdom, because she had to go up them stairs herself, and she documented the journey, and she held on to the wisdom and the nuggets and crystallized that information in a way that would help someone else. And I'm hearing not only by way of like verbally sharing her experience, but by way of her example. God damn. Back to the woman holding the heart and the heart of the matter. So the centralmost energy here is centered around this woman's capacity to love. Her being such an emotionally safe space, emotionally healthy space. And then in the cross or support position, what's either and or challenging this situation or supporting the situation is the solar plexus. And with the solar plexus, oh, that's her confidence. Because as the thinking woman, she know what's up. She ain't worried. She ain't stressing. She ain't batting an eye. This is a support. She has the vitality and the life force energy to see this thing through. She's confident about what has been revealed to her by way of being the thinking woman and her journey and through her dreams and synchronicities. Because one thing about the woman holding her heart, she's also very intuitive and spiritually tapped in. As she's equivalent to the Queen of Cups, and that is equivalent to being very intuitively gifted, empathic, sensitive to energy. So she's has a healthy, this is not a challenge, this is a support, solar plexus energy. Like she shining. She ain't worried about nothing. And 44, the woman holding her heart is represented by the number 44, which breaks down to an 8, which is symbolic of abundance and limitless possibilities. And solar plexus is represented by the number 37, breaks down to a 10. Because this next chapter of the journey, this cycle, is a very confident one. Whatever was built, whatever was manifest from lack of esteem, from not having confidence, from not having vitality, it's a new day. In the crowning position, the thing that is benefiting this situation is financial constraints. And financial constraints is speaking to lack. So this is represented by the number 13. 13 represents feminine energy and also breaks down to a 4 because she's protecting her energy. She's holding back. She's not giving of herself the way she once did to situations that don't align with her. But that alignment is coming with this contract. But the fact that she has been holding back, more particular about how she gives of what she has to give. This is not a matter of finances. This is a matter of energy. And that's why it's in the crowning position. And I know that to be true because in the root position, which is the subconscious driver behind it all, is victory. Represented by the number 28, which gives you another 10. Y'all, when I tell you might be seeing 10-10 a lot or 10-01 a lot, because the collective is clearing out some toxic cycles and new doors are opening for more vibrant, adventurous, profitable, prosperous cycles. This queen, this woman holding the heart, she knows that she is victorious in this situation, regardless of how it pans out, because it has been written. She already knows that at the end of the day, no matter how it turns out, she's the winner. Her hand is going to be raised victoriously. But what I'm also picking up too is the masculine, after having experienced this karmic queen, woman holding a coin, sees clearly this woman holding a heart and the thinking woman, which is the same person, as his victory. That's who he's meant to have victory with. She is his reward after going through some tough shit. And he's been through some tough shit, especially in the recent past, because in the recent past position is storm warning. There's been a shakeup. Some towers have come down. Some monuments have crumbled. Some truths have been revealed. Somebody has been through it. Lightning has struck in this situation, especially as it relates to this karmic and this divine masculine's connection, and how he showed up as a karmic, and it's represented by what? A 10. When I tell y'all this shit is over and done with, something is getting its proper funeral, never to be resurrected. I, in my studies of Haitian voodoo, have been learning about and I may have mentioned this in a reading before, the concept of a duppy. And in Haitian voodoo, a duppy is basically like that spirit that lingers, that negative spirit that lingers and haunts when a death has taken place. And so there are ceremonial practices that they do to keep the duppy at bay. Like they'll nail the pant leg and the cuff of the person's shirt, and there's just different ceremonial rituals and practices that they do so that when that person passes away, their spirit actually can rest, and it's not a matter of that part of them that was dark or shadowy lingers to haunt those left behind. It's like this in this situation. The duppy is what do they call the ceremony? A 9-night ceremony. They have it in Jamaica. They have it in Haiti. I think there's somewhere else where they do a 9-night ceremony when people pass away. And that is designed to not only funeralize the body, but also to funeralize the duppy. This duppy is being funeralized with all these 10s coming up. Then, in the near future, you have happy family. And in this card, you have a man, you have a woman, and you have 2 children. In the image, there's a boy and a girl. They're at the shore of the beach, and there's a rainbow, because this represents having a happily ever after. This happily ever after may involve a ready-made family already, where the feminine has children, maybe 2 children, or the masculine has children, maybe 2 children or more. But whatever the case, this is a coming together in a unit of support and love, and laying a strong foundation from which to build from. This is building together. This is that marriage that I talked about. That the woman holding a coin in contracts, and no longer having anxiety, with anxiety in reverse, and underneath anxiety in reverse, daughter value in reverse. The masculine took this feminine for granted. He didn't see her value at first, or he saw it and was intimidated by it and didn't show gratitude for her value. But he's about to now. And what happens when you don't show, or what should happen when you don't show your appreciation, when you take something or someone for granted, you get this lack, the lack of. I give you anything and you don't appreciate it, I can always take it back and you cannot have it. You can feel that void, you know what I'm saying, and govern yourself accordingly. And not as a manipulation tactic. That's kind of the law of karma. That's the law of cause and effect. That's universal law. There's so many universal laws that point to, you don't see my value, daughter value in reverse, you don't get my value. That's why financial constraints is crowning this situation. But see, the masculine had to go on his own journey. He had to go on his own winding path. And that is why underneath daughter value in reverse, you had the temple path. And with the temple path, that's like walking through a labyrinth. If you're not familiar with what a labyrinth is, it's like a maze, but it's leading you to the temple. Being on the right track, surrendering to divine will, and in accordance to your sacred contract, no longer going against the grain as it relates to why you're here in the first place, your purpose. This is a divine masculine seeing that a big part of his purpose is the part that he is intended to play in this divine feminine's life. And he's seeing the part that she is meant to play in his life and valuing it. This is somebody seeing the bigger picture. The hardest part about walking the temple path for this masculine has been taking action to move through that gate, because you got the garden and the gate. And temple path is number 12. Daughter value is 31. That's a 4. Then you got temple path. That's a 12. That's a 3. Then you got the garden and the gate. That's 30. That breaks down to a 3. 3s are about alignment. This storm from the recent past, the storm warning, that storm energy that came through, the lightning that struck, and it may have been several things, was to get the masculine in alignment with his sacred contracts. And he had to, the hard part for him was getting out of his comfort zone. The garden and the gate is very much having to make that decision to get out of your comfort zone and go out and explore something new, something expansive, to build something new. And to take action toward doing it. But in order to take that action, there had to be a balancing of masculine and feminine energy. And you got these two horses in this year of the fire horse, with this white horse and this black horse representing divine masculinity and divine feminine energy, yin and yang. Taking action from that balanced place towards blossoming abundance, towards a new abundant path, now that your values have changed. Ooh, goddamn, this a lot. See, this is why I do these for me personally. I don't do Celtic block spreads for clients or for the collective in these online readings, these YouTube readings, because it's so in-depth. I might need to start though. It's a whole lot of meat and potatoes. In the self position, this is the root chakra, represented by the number 35. So you got another 8. This past 8-8 portal, something may have happened around that time that was very significant to this narrative that's playing out. But the thinking woman and the woman holding the heart makes this divine masculine feel safe, makes him feel secure, makes him feel stable. And that is why he wants this happy family dynamic with her that is unfolding in the very near future. And you got Archangel Michael, because Archangel Michael, when Archangel Michael is involved, we cutting out everything that would keep this from being a thing. We cutting out everything that would keep y'all playing red light, green light, and keeping this thing from being a go. And Archangel Michael comes through with that sword of truth. So bringing things to awareness so that a spiritual surgery of sorts can take place in order to be able to lay the foundation for a healthy relationship. And it starts with self. So the masculine has been on a journey of building healthier relationship with himself, valuing himself, and in doing so, no longer aligns with the karmic feminine energy. It's like, bitch, you ain't even my type no more. Where at first he was like, what's the song? Ray Shrummer. I don't got no type. Bad bitches is the only thing that I like. It's on my workout playlist. Why I can't think of the rest of the words to this song? Anyway, y'all look it up. But it was that type of thing where it was just a very superficial attraction, intentional, not wanting to go too deep. I have been just recently, literally last night, listening to Richard Rudd's Gene Keys. Phenomenal information coming through the Gene Keys. I've shared with some information with y'all before from Gene Keys 57, which was about freedom and the dragonfly effect. But Gene Key 29 is they have a Gene Key for each week, right? But they're keys from this book that he wrote with some phenomenal perspectives on different concepts and how we operate, basically. Gene Key 29 is about commitment. And the shadow, they have a city, which is like I think the benefit, the spiritual gift of it. And then you have the shadow, which is the shadow aspect of the whatever concept the key is. But with commitment, the shadow is half-heartedness. Anything you come toward half-heartedly, it's gonna fail. It's not gonna work out. It does not have the power to manifest the fruit that true commitment does. And so I'm gonna share, because they literally have the Gene Keys, each of them recorded as kind of like an audio book, and then people have reviewed it in an in-depth way on YouTube. So I will make sure to put one on the community board so that y'all can explore Gene Key 29 in relation to the message that's coming forward in this reading, because the Gene Keys are phenomenal. I cannot wait to get the actual book so I can sit and read it. In the environmental influence position is deceit. People been lying. It's been a lot of deception in this masculine's environment. But with this storm warning, a lot of it also has been coming to light. And what I'm hearing is there's a lot of people who underestimate this masculine's intellect and his intuition. Because again, he's been secretly under the tutelage of the thinking woman and affected and influenced by that same woman who is also the woman holding a heart. So he knows that there is more going on that meets the eye when he's interacting with people. And so he's tapped into some intuitive gifts where he's able to see the deceit in his environment, and that makes him value the honesty, the integrity, the maturity, the emotional soundness, the safety and security that this divine feminine brings to the table. In the hopes and fears position, well, before I move to that, the dude in the deceit card looking at me like, these hoes think they slick. I usually look at him like he's the deceptive one, that he's being deceitful, but he, to me today, is giving, these hoes think I'm stupid. These hoes think they slick. They trying to, what they say, you trying to outslick a can of oil. Who the fuck you think you fooling? Like, it's really giving that in the environment. In the hopes and fears position is all tied up, which is where the conflict lies and the change is coming about in this situation. Because we're all tied up, represented by the number 23, which breaks down to a 5. This masculine hopes that with everything that has gone on, that the divine feminine don't leave, don't go nowhere, because again, he does not have her energy with financial constraints. There's a lack there. So he's hoping that this shit ain't over for good, right? That he has not burnt this bridge and can't swim across, because more than one way. I am not gonna say the other saying. You know, people be saying more than one way to skin a cat. That's so harsh. But there's more than one way to execute this mission. We just gonna put it like that. And so if the bridge is burnt, he's willing to swim across to the other side, as long as he gets to the other side, which is where she is. Whatever distance has been put between them, he is hoping that he's not stuck, that this situation does not have room, space to move forward. We're all tied up. The fear, that's the hope and the fear, honestly. I hope you don't go nowhere. I hope I ain't missed out. And I hope I'm not stuck on the outskirts of your life. And the outcome position, represented by the number 38, which breaks down to another 11. 11 is very significant. Whatever transpires November 11th or around that time, which is the 11/11 portal, which is only a few months away. But it may be significant, but you got heart chakra awakening. Because where there's already love in this situation with the woman holding the heart, this is expanding, deepening that love. So we're talking forgiveness. We're talking heart-to-heart conversation. We're talking deeper feelings. We're talking deeper commitment in some way. Commitment don't look the same for everybody. That's between two people and what they commit to, what those details look like. So y'all take that how it resonates. But in the unexpected position, this is the thing that may be of surprise, is the envy. This is the jealousy. This is the longing. And I am getting that this is both the karmic feminine as well as the masculine. Because when he was taking this shit for granted, he did not expect to long for this woman holding the heart and this thinking woman the way that he actually has in her absence, with the financial constraints card representing the absence. Also, the surprising, unexpected thing is the lengths that the karmic would go through and to out of her being envious and jealous of the divine feminine. The shit that she was willing to do and say because she saw the value of the divine feminine and their connection. The divine feminine and divine masculine's connection, and would go to whatever lengths to make sure that it did not come to pass. So that is the unexpected element here, the thing that may have or is going to come as a surprise, the envy. Also, these people in the environment that are deceptive, they ain't deceptive for the fuck of it. They deceptive because they're envious. They may not have never met the divine feminine, but the idea of her makes them envy. Like, that's a unicorn. I don't have the opportunity to connect with a unicorn. I damn sure don't want you to coming in here smiling and smiling and grinning and happy and skipping and shit because you got all this positive energy and this light in your life, and I'm over here with this old ball and chain. Like, yeah, no, people in your environment don't want you to be as happy as they are or happier. And if they in any way can tell that you would possibly be happier in a situation, you're going to have this envy. But also what's coming to my intuition, and has also been coming to me in meditation, is we're entering a golden age. Everything that the locust has stolen has been restored. For many of us, the generational curse breaking that we've been doing is leading us through this portal, this doorway to our golden age, to our treasures, to a life of safety, security, and stability. No matter what's going on outside of us in this world, we are creating our very own heaven on earth, and we are ancestrally protected as we do so because we carry the torch. And you're going to have people who are on the other side of that door looking just like this bitch here. Dark, drained, looking like a vampire. You know what I'm saying? Looking like she could use a little sun. It's going to be that type of energy that you encounter in this situation because everybody not going to clap. Everybody ain't going to be happy. But do the shit anyway. So we literally got 1 in essence with 44, 2, 3, because I'm gonna count that as 2 4s. 13 with the financial constructs breaks down 2 or 4. So you got 4, 4, 4, 4. Did I see another 4 somewhere? No, but shit, that's enough. The ancestors are not playing when it comes to this shit. And what I'm also hearing is the divine masculine's ancestors ain't been bullshitting, and the divine feminine's ain't either. And this karmic energy, she doesn't connect with her ancestors in a way that they would try to intervene. They say, y'all got it. She on her own. She not trying to move the needle for our lineage. She's trying to please the crowd. You know what I'm saying? She people pleasing. She's subscribed to superficiality. We're not getting involved in this shit. We're not protecting her in this shit. Have y'all way. We're not about to intervene. And the karmic's ancestors is like, not my circus, not my monkeys. Poor baby. The unknown aspect of this situation is the attachment. And throughout this situation, what has been unknown for the masculine is just how toxic this karmic has been. And not only her, because again, you remember I was saying about the ball and chain, how the people may not want the masculine to be happy because they not happy in their situations, and they settling for whatever they settling for, and they like, shit, no, I ain't finna tell you something that might lead you to go do better than me. Fuck I look like. That secret competition and whatnot. He didn't realize just how much toxicity he was attached to while taking the feminine for granted. And even when he first came to realize that there wasn't an immediate, oh, fuck nah. Because then, this all I know. I don't want to have to step through this gate into this garden when I've invested so much time, energy, effort, and resources into this situation. I might as well stay over here where I'm at with these unhappy motherfuckers. But what they say, hating hoes ain't happy, and happy hoes ain't hating. And it's a whole lot of envy and deceit in the masculine environment, but they're aware of it now. They were unaware. That's why you had the attachment position in the unknown, and they were unaware of the depths of just how toxic these attachments were. And it wasn't just people. It was also things within him that he was ignorant to, that also led to the taking the feminine for granted. But there's an awakening. There's an awareness. He done moved up those stairs like that the thinking woman was helping to lead him up. And so now there is clarity. I'm surprised the sun card didn't come out, because the sun energy very much represents clarity and darkness coming to light. But in the best course of action, we got none other than the man of the hour, the thinking man, the thinking woman's counterpart. I told y'all there's some alignment that's taking place in this situation. This is two people that's about to be headed in the same direction. And the thinking man represents number 46, which is another 10. You got 110, 46 is a 10, 37 is a 10, 28 is a 10. You got 4 10s out here. Y'all are changing the fucking narrative, and you changing it for your ancestral line. Like a vault of generational gifts are being opened. It's being opened, and it's revealing this gold that's on the other side of this door. But they on the same page. She got this book in her hand, and she looking up and out, and he's focused on this crystal. He tapped in. He's aligning his masculine and his feminine energy and his intuitive energy, and he's operating from higher consciousness. Now, this being in the best course of action, the thinking man needs to communicate his truth, what he's learned up to this point, how he wants to move forward, because he's been on a journey and he now has some things to share. So yeah, the counterparts, thinking man, the thinking woman. The thinking man is the divine masculine energy. And the solidifier is appreciation, because he took her for granted. He's grateful. And now it's time for him to show his gratitude. This is somebody that with the contract and the queen of the woman holding the coin, the thinking man is ready to dedicate his life to showing his gratitude to this thinking woman. He like, listen, I want much more from you, but if you could just be my friend, I am so grateful to have you in my life. I don't want to lose you, and I can understand how I've behaved and showed up to this point. You might not even want my friendship, but when I tell you, you are like something I've never experienced before, and I value your presence in my life. I appreciate you. And that is why appreciation is in the solidifier position. And also that makes, I think, like the third 6 to show up in the reading, because 15 breaks down to a 6. I got the True Love Oracle deck out here, so I'm gonna get a closing message with the True Love Oracle. But goddamn, I told y'all it was gonna be a lot. Let's see. Spirit, please clarify this message for the Twin Flame Collective at this time. Please provide a closing message. The Divine Feminine. Girl, look what you did. Look what you gave birth to. She got this parakeet there, baby. Somebody ready to talk. They ready to sing like a bird. And they're ready for something more colorful and vibrant in their life. As you can see here, she's got all kind of vines and fruit and flowers, because that's what a Divine Feminine brings to the table, life. You also got a little sliver of the moon right there, because she's going to be intuitive. She's going to have gifts to protect you and to teach you and to help you have a deeper experience than just on some surface level shit. That's what a Divine Feminine energy is going to do, because she's had to go through the fire to get to who she is. She don't want to participate in that other dumb shit. It's more to life. And so she exudes that in her energy. And she's going to be rewarded. She's going to be shown appreciation and receive the reward of seeds that she's shown. Y'all, I cannot make this shit up. Face up in this deck with all the other cards are face down. Commitment. I told you that contract. This Divine Masculine is ready to commit in some kind of way. For some of y'all, the commitment is not something as serious as marriage or family. But when you talking about legalities, like a contract, and the scales involved, balancing the scales, being in divine order, him being in his Divine Masculine energy, her being in her Divine Feminine energy, and them coming together to build something. We talking about commitment within a family dynamic with happy family. We talking about coming together, the kids, the house, the dog, the property, the taxes, or however they want to do it. I'm just gonna see what's at the bottom of the deck. Worthiness. I told you, he loves himself now more. Now that he sees himself as worthy of the gift of having a Divine Feminine, he sees her as worthy as well of what he can bring, be a vessel to bring to the table. And we're not just talking about finances. He wants to give her his best self. As he grows and evolves, he wants her there to witness that with him and whoever comes with him. He wants to share whatever comes with him. I hope this message found y'all well. If it did not find y'all well, I hope it leaves y'all well. If it resonates, get down in the comments. Let me know that I know what I'm talking about. Even though I really know that I know what I'm talking about. But if you're needing a personal reader, feel free to email me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. And until next time, y'all, peace. Okay, y'all, one more thing. I thought I was done, but the downloads kept coming. The queen, the woman holding, the thinking woman. I got so many decks, Lord. The thinking woman could also be that the Divine Masculine has an advisor. So he's either seeing a spiritualist, like somebody who's providing spiritual advice, tapped in, tuned in, understands the twin flame dynamic, and is giving him advice or channeled messages about the connection and what he should do. And or he's in therapy and getting some advice. But whatever the case, she's helping him to align with the energy of the thinking man and to reach out to the woman holding a heart, because she holds his heart. It was something else too that came to me after I cut the camera off. Oh, she also may have helped reveal whatever was karmic about the karmic feminine. Take that how it resonates. Okay, bye. Y'all, this is my 4th time pushing play because I've had an interruption or I've had another download. This just goes to show how relentless I am about getting this message out, but also how lit my crown chakra is, which in the last video that I did, I think I had a headache spontaneously during the video, and I was telling y'all like something going on with my crown chakra. My head is hurting. So that's because I'm ascending with how effectively, how clearly, how fast, how often I'm getting these signs and synchronicities and noticing them and interpreting them and putting pieces of the puzzle together. That may resonate for the divine masculine or divine feminine energies who resonate with this reading. But I'm gonna have to do some editing and piece this shit together because I had to come back down here and share with y'all that the other day I channeled this song that I had not heard in forever. And I just randomly started singing it one day, and it's called I'm the One. And it was on I think the Good Music compilation back when Kanye, he may still have that record company, I'm not sure, but he had this all-star lineup of artists, and they put out an album that has some dope songs on it. It's quite a few songs on there on that Good Music compilation that I liked, but this particular one is I'm the One, or The One is the name of it. So I have the lyrics here, and remember how early in the reading I was saying that the divine feminine in the energy of the thinking woman knew all along the sacred contract. The sacred contract was revealed. You could literally see a scroll with the word contract on it and some words in the contract card with the scales and the blind, the woman that's blindfolded and all that justice energy coming forth, right? And the alignment taking place. But in the thinking woman, she had a scroll that was closed because all this time she's had to hold on to the sacredness of this contract and its details, and now it's being revealed and justice is being served. Why? Because she's the one. She's the one, and the masculine and things are aligning because he's coming to understand that he's worthy and that he's the one. And when you got two motherfuckers, a divine masculine and a divine feminine, walking this earth in that energy, that's Jesus incarnate. That is the rebirth and the resurrection that the Bible talks about by way of Christ consciousness. I'm going to share the lyrics. Oh, I need to cut the air on. It's so hot in here. I'm going to share the lyrics to that song, and I'm definitely going to get off y'all line because this video is now about to be over an hour long. I'm finna be forever trying to upload this. But it also speaks to how perseverant both parties have had to be getting to this point in the connection, whether it's been revealed that that's the case or not. If you on a twin flame journey, do not fetishize and fantasize and make whimsy this journey. It is not for the faint at heart. It's not. But the song goes, and the hook is sung by Marsha Ambrosia. The storm is on the horizon, and I'm standing here alone. You know, you had that storm warning card in the recent past. So in the recent past, the divine feminine tried to tell the people a storm is coming, or there's a storm taking place in your life. Just saw 411 on the time, which confirms that I'm talking about what I'm talking about, and that truthful communication has been brought forth, or is being brought forth. I was coming down here to YouTube saying, hey, especially to the divine masculines, a storm is coming. You ain't gonna be able to sleep through it. Da 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 da. Woo woo woo. I got a couple of reasons talking about the storm. I got a reader talking about the divine feminine being the storm, and how she embodies that energy of the DC Marvel character. I think that's DC Marvel, Storm, and how she's a catalyst for change and awakening. All of that shit is coming together now. The web of information is coming together, and people are starting to see how things connect. Which is also a part of having a crown chakra awakening. When you're able to tie that into your life purpose, that is having that soul star chakra awakening, which is the chakra right above your crown chakra. But anyway, Marsha says, the storm is on the horizon and I'm standing here alone. Got a pistol on my hip and it's gonna be some shit. If you want it, then bring it on. Marsha must be an Aries. Because that's Aries energy, honey. Aries energy is very much what we doing. But giving the warning, the storm is on the horizon, it's coming. Standing there alone, willing to go at it alone, sovereign, independent, having to navigate a lot of her journey when it comes to learning and, have to call her back. Learning and growing. Lisa, I'm gonna call you back, girl. Having to do that alone. Got a pistol on my hip and it's gonna be some shit. Protecting herself first and foremost. If you come over here with that dumb shit, I'm gonna do the necessary to deaden whatever threat is coming to me. Be it to my energy, my physical body, my sanity, whatever. I'm gonna protect myself, right? If you want it, then bring it on. I'm not backing down from no smoke. Bold, brave, courageous. See, I'm a motherfucking soldier and I'm gonna be here till it's done. The divine feminine knows her role. She knows it's been presented to her, it's been revealed to her, the part that she plays in the dynamic long before the masculine even begins to start piecing shit together. What I'm finding on my journey and what I've researched as well. And when they asking who I'm is, shit, you tell them I'm the one. When they ask about me, let them know I'm that girl, the one and not the two. Yo, that. But also, like, I know who I am. I know my worth. And you gonna have to learn that too. You gonna have to claim me. You gonna have to let it be known instead of letting motherfuckers talk about me, talk down on me, talk against me. Like, whose side you on? You in the huddle or you out the huddle? You rooting for me, you cheerleading for me, or are you over there with them and you basically on enemy territory and exhibiting enemy behavior? You know what I'm saying? Tell them that I'm the one, and she continues to say that. Now, I feel the same way about the masculine. I think this is an energy that the masculine is coming into. And I also feel like that solar plexus energy that was a support in the reading was the divine masculine coming into his inner sun. So I was saying how I'm surprised the sun card energy ain't came out because there's so much clarity that's coming through. But that's because the clarity that's coming through is very much an internal process and an internal journey. That's that great central sun, which that 8-8 portal energy came to bring an influx of that energy into our light bodies. So that's where that 8-8 energy was coming in. And when I tell y'all I'm channeling my ass off right now, absolutely the one. Don't play with her ever. And I mean that so with so much humility. Like, it just is what it is. So is this the hook? No, this is one of the verses. This is Kanye's verse. I'm the one, baby. Yeah, I'm the one, baby. Since God gave his only begotten son, baby. That's that Jesus story. It's hard preaching the gospel to the slums lately. This is what I'm also picking up is two people who have friends in low places. Two people so down to earth that the people who the society would throw away, they connect with. We talking about two people who have the capacity to be both shadow workers and light workers. Not everybody can thrive, teach, and take their light into dark spaces. So these are two people, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, who have that capacity. I never forget, like when people found out I would do readings in bars and late night events, LGBTQ events, all of these people who would otherwise be judged, and they would be like, you be careful about that. No, I ain't got to do none of that. I'm going where I'm being led. I am right at home with these people. These are my people. I have the oneness. I see it with me and them. There are no lines of separation or division between us. These my folks. I'm good. And this is where my help is needed. This is where I'm being led and I'm protected. So it's very much that type of a energy. It's hard preaching the gospel to the slums lately. So I had to put the church on the drums, baby. You on a run, baby. You on a run, baby. You think you free, but you a slave to the funds. That's that part of the narrative where there was some attachment to superficiality and toxic behaviors and materialism. You think you me, but you ain't me. What you done lately? That's cool, but I've been running on the sun, baby. So this is someone who has been being fed by the light of the sun, light codes, sun rays, sun energy, solar energy. We on a galaxy the haters cannot visit. That's my reality, so get off my sky dizzy. If you ever held a title belt, you would know how Michael felt. Tyson, Jackson, Jordan, Michael Phelps. Michael has been very significant. So I haven't seen the movie yet, but there's something significant about the name Michael. Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. We've been talking about the synchronicity of Jordan. All of that is spiritually significant, so you may want to check that out and explore that concept as a synchronicity spiritually. But also, he says, yeah, I had to take it to another realm. This is what's the word I'm looking for? Traveling to different realms to get information, retrieving different parts of self that were left in different times and dimensions and realms. Because everything around me got me underwhelmed. This is the masculine being unimpressed with that environment of deceit. Like, this shit really don't move me like it used to. I'm underwhelmed. I'm unimpressed. And I see the lies for what they are. Best way to describe my position is at the helm. When I think of that, it's like being at the pinnacle. The only way up is only way forward is up when you at the pinnacle. Because you damn sure ain't trying to go down. You know how long you got to travel to get to the pinnacle of a structure? You don't want to go down. That was a long journey up. The only thing you can do is go higher, elevate. So then it repeats the chorus again. The storm is on the horizon. I'm standing here long. Ooh. Then Big Sean has a part that he has a part on the song, a verse or whatever. But I don't really, that one just ain't screaming to me. So yeah, that's the song. Those are the lyrics. And now done for real, I think. Bye.